Lead us from yonder to the light. Lead us from darkness and ignorance to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality. Om peace, peace, peace. পড়ে যাবে। So we were reading this first chapter, which is detachment, and very important tool for realization of our inner self. So in verse 19, what we ended, blessed is the very life, on page 43, bold lines you can see. Blessed is the very life of one who, being free from all attachment and aversion, can look upon this world as a witness with a mind full of peace. Who can find joy in this world? We cannot enjoy life, neither we enjoy this world, because not for the world, not for the objectivity or subjectivity, but because of our attachment. If we don't get attached to anything, let things come, let things go. We are always happy. When craving comes to hold on to some certain object, that creates our suffering. No one can give us suffering if I don't want it. Suppose, if I don't want to have ice cream, and if you bring ice cream to me, it matters little. You don't bring, that's also good. You bring, that's also good. But if I crave for ice cream and you become an obstacle, not giving me, my attachment will be falling upon you. You are the cause, you are the culprit. So in our life, in every aspect of it, we impose upon somebody our question of our anger and frustration upon somebody, where the cause is here, is inside me, my asking for that. I want it. I want this way to be done. You do another way. I don't like it. So all our frustration, all our anger, all our reactions, which we normally will be happy to if we can impose on somebody. Because of you, I'm suffering. Because you did that, that's right. You said that, that's right. All, according to the eyes of Vedanta, your own fault. You are expecting this way. This is, you can justify, mine is the only right way. No right way. This world is all flexible and changeful. There's no right, there is no wrong ultimately. But in relative level there is. But even in this relative world, a man of revelation or realization stand in their own dignity. Things come, okay. Don't come, that's okay. Who can give him suffering or pain? Who is standing in this state of mind? So it is antasitalataya. Their anta, inner personality, becomes sitala, means calm, soothing, soft, and serene. So antasitalataya buddhya. By that buddhi, I have read it the other day, 19th verse. By that type of buddhi, where their intelligence is such that he keeps the mind inner self always calm and serene. Antasitalataya. How? Raga desha vimuktaya. Raga, attachment, and dvesa, aversion. I like this. I hate it. There is the problem. Don't say I hate it. Don't say I love it. I said, okay, it has come, okay. That's why our Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj used to say, don't have too much likes and dislikes in life. You have little likes and dislikes, okay. I wish it would happen. If it has happened, thank God. If it is not, thank God. So why are you disturbing the peace in your heart by asking the way you want it? It does not work that way. Even the Advaita Vedantis, like Balasekar and others, what you call our is disciple of our Nisargadatta and others. They say everything happening is happening. It is happening. Let it happen. I try my way. My effort is also a part of the happening. And after that, what happens? Happen. Let it happen. So why I shall be disturbed by it? That is the antasitalataya. How it will come? It is under our control. But we don't want control here. I want to control you. Because you say so. Why did you say? You will say, your nature will tell you to say so. My nature will be there to react. But why you will react? Can you stop this reaction here? By not being attached, not being averse to the things what comes in life. You accept it as it is. After your whatever effort you do the best. Let go and then keep the peace. So, Saksivat. How will you live? Saksi. Saksivat, we go to see the play, game. Who enjoys the game? You are a follower of Laker. He will only support whatever these people are doing, whether good or bad, not the question. You support blindly. You cannot appreciate the other side if they are doing something most wonderful feat. You cannot appreciate it because you are one-pointed and you are absorbed in your likingness. But be witness. Witness will say, wow, clap your hand if someone has done good, this side or that side, no? So who can enjoy? That is the person who can enjoy like a witness, sakshitvat. In life also, who can enjoy? Okay, like the inner lamp and the screen, the film screen is moving. One scene is coming, another scene is coming. The light is impartial. It does not get involved and excited if there is something good going on. And if some killing is going on, it does not get affected. It is just witnessing. So that to go back to the witness consciousness, that is the way. How can we? By detaching with things we like or dislike. Aversion and attachment. Yes.
So you're mentioning lessening attachment and aversion, leading to more like the witness consciousness. So is that like our ego is attenuated and we become more the witness consciousness, which would be more like part of the collective consciousness?
I think so. Otherwise I will be in my petty desires identified with the body and mind.
Because you mentioned like if we become a partisan of a particular point of view, then our view becomes more prejudicial and narrow.
Right.
But if it attenuates, then it seems like that consciousness is broadening out.
Right. Suppose the two people are in conflict. Where is the conflict resolution? When you can understand the position of the other person and extend yourself there, then you can say, ho, ho, ho. It is not that bad. Had I been in that condition, I would have reacted. No?
Well, when we talk about the dissolution of the individuality, it sounds like then what it's replaced by is a greater sense of the collectivity and the witness consciousness of everything.
It is not death. It is, as we language use it, but actually you are transforming yourself from the drop to the ocean. Your little petty ego into the cosmic ego. A little petty existence into the cosmic existence. We die in this limited existence. But when we identify with the cosmic, where is the death? Death of waves and ripples. But is there any death of the ocean? Ocean is ocean. Whether it is in the position of huge turbulence or in the peace. So to go back to that consciousness, that is the point. We'll have to focus on that.
Well, a lot of times people are afraid of losing their individuality and they actually don't want to have a broader view of consciousness. But the way you're explaining it, you're losing your prejudices and your narrowness and you're actually becoming more fulfilled and complete.
Right. That they do not know. Swami Vivekananda said, you are in the West, you people think of your individuality. Huh? That's a false individuality. It is not your individuality. Your individuality is that birthless, deathless, eternal self. That is your individuality. This is the false individuality. What individuality we are talking of today? You are not the same person which you were 10 years before. That individuality is gone. Why are you boasting about your individuality at this moment? It will split second. Tomorrow you will change. Tomorrow no. Every split second your individuality is changing. Your emotions, your intelligence, your understanding, your body, everything, every part of this self, what you call so self, is changing. And you are saying, I am individual. What individual you are talking? So to understand my real individuality is that undying. That I can say this me, which does not leave me, which is the witness consciousness, who witnesses these waking experiences, who witnesses my dream experiences, who witnesses my sleep experience. What is that? That consciousness is day and night, night and day, day and night, years after years. Every moment it is that witness does not change. Apart from that, everything is changing. And we want to hold on to the change and say, I will be an individual. You lose. That's why people get frightened. Why are you worrying about you losing your individuality? You are losing every second, but you are not recognizing that. And this is not dying, but it is getting back to my real individuality, which is undying, birthless, deathless, beginningless, endless, timeless, spaceless, causeless. Yeah. These sages are very kind. We don't want to listen that, but they are always pounding on us. Hey, and no one comes here. Once or twice come and then give up. We know everything, and what? And then we get engaged into our individuality again. This is the message of going back to our real individuality, giving up the false individual identity. It does not please us very much, even if it happens. But we thought, okay, yeah, I know it. But this intellectual knowing is not that. You have to understand it, and you know you should be dignity in your own dignity. I am. No one can touch me. But they can touch this body. They can touch my mind. They can hit me with a strong word. I may be emotional this time. But that consciousness, no one can touch them. It is untouched by any asparsha yoga. Mandukya Karika, it uses the word asparsa. You cannot touch it. You can touch these mundane things, this individuality, what we are living with. But it is untouched by anything. So and if we are there, there is perfect peace. If it is not change, then it is peace. So scripture suggests this. Vasishthadev saying to the Lord Rama, this idea, Shakshivat Pashyati Idam. Idam, whatever in this world you see, this Idam Pashyati. You see how like a Shakshivat, like a witness consciousness. You are the observer. Don't participate into it. Observer, Sakshi, in the court, we take witness. Witness means, witness is, function is, he is not to say anything, only he will say what he has seen. Impartial, no? So in our life, if we are to be impartial, then let us go back to our inner self. We are always fascinated with my doing. I did it, so it is correct. I said it, that is correct. I thought this way, that is correct. Me, my, me. Ahamidam, mamaidam. All is I and mama. This is the whole world. Naishargiko and loko bhavahara. This is the loko bhavahara, the human behavior pattern. Naishargiko, for time immemorial till today it is going on. So go back to your own self, then you will be in peace. Okay, now let us go start our day. On page 44, verse number 20. The previously described state of steadiness Again, it is reiterated. What? So you have the books in your hand, so join me. Yena samyak parigyatam. Yena samyak parigyatam. Heyo padeya mujjata. Heya padeya mujjata. Chittasante sthitam chittam. Chittasante sthitam chittam. Jivitam tasya shobhate. Jivitam tasya shobhate. He is fit to live in the world. Jivitam, we are living. We are dead people. We live and cry and weep. We are dead people. We don't know life to enjoy. He is the fit person who is capable of living in the world. Why? Those who can live in this way. Yena, by whom? Blessed is the very life of one who becoming free from the thoughts of acceptance and rejection. We are always a slave of acceptance and rejection. I don't like it. I hate it. I like it. I like it. These are the two things going on all the time. And that is controlling my whole life. So, if the mind is free from, that does not mean if anything good comes or bad comes, I accept it, whatever. I know because these are all momentary. I am not a fool. These people who are studying this book, they are the most intelligent people. Because they know they are not fools. That something bad comes, they go, okay. No. You know you have no other way but to accept it. If you accept with joy and boldness, then you keep your own strength. Otherwise you go to depression and go to psychiatric hospital and get treatment there. If you are so much affected by the external stimuli, then you will be a victim of that. Do you want to be, or you want to be independent in your own spirit? That's the point. The story of the king went to see, who is that? Went to visit the king, what is the name? Alexander. Went to India and to see the beauty of what is the glorious thing in India. So he was taken to the Himalayas and to show a holy man, sadhu. And he saw that one holy man, they call holy, he does not know. He went and saw that one man is lying naked, nothing in the body, no money, nothing of the world. He is lying and he is just lying in a rock. And then he was introduced, this is the best thing. And he said, Alexander, with respect, he said, sir, I want to bring you to my palace. Please come. And he stood there and his shadow fell on the body of the holy man. He said, get out of my way. I am sunbathing. Why are you disturbing me? I don't care for it. And he said in such a rude way, King Alexander was so angry, he took out his sword to kill. Do you know who am I? You dare say like that? And that holy man burst into laughter. Naked fakir, have nothing. And who is talking before him? The emperor Alexander. See the power of Alexander, see the power of a holy man. Then he burst into laughter and said, you kill me, Alexander? The fire cannot burn me, air cannot dry me, water cannot soak me. I am birthless, I am deathless. You can kill this body, but it matters. And he then got a great lesson. My God, where is the strength of a penniless fakir who have no proper dress even? And he does not care. See, the strength is here. I don't want anything in the world. I got more treasure than what world could have given me. All these saintly people are not fools. Again, I am saying, they're the most intelligent people. We think we are enjoying the world. We are being enjoyed by the world. We do not know how to enjoy. World enjoys us. No? I give the example. We want to enjoy What? We want to enjoy, say, drugs. And drug enjoys us afterward. Makes a victim of me. I want to enjoy drinking. Drinking then kills me. It's a victim. But we are free. We are liberated. How? By living in the life, not get too much involved into it. You do your duty. Perfectly perform your duties, what is necessary. But don't get stuck like that. We call what we call glue. Don't get glued to anything. Keep your freedom. You love without expectation. We do not know what is called love in life. We always craving for love, 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 we say, but we do not know what is love. We always love means if you fulfill my condition, then I love you. And my terms. In my terms, if you move, then I love you. And in your term, no. There comes the conflict. But pure love is that only I love you in your condition, whatever. Mother loves the baby in the condition of the baby. Whether he is clean or unclean, whether he is happy mood or wrong mood, mother adjusts everything for the baby. That's called the unconditional touch of unconditional love. So in our life, if we learn to do like that, be in the world, accept after your best effort, doing your duties and detach, then your peace, no one can take away the peace. But when I glue to something, and if it does not happen, then all suffering, moaning, groaning, and crying, and weeping, and calling 20 friends that you know what is going on through me. No one can understand my suffering, this, that. We gone, but no one can help us. So power is within you. So be Sakshi. That's the point. He says, blessed is the very life of that person, one, who becomes free from thoughts of acceptance and rejection. Will you not expect something? Here is a big question. Yes, we will expect that this should be like this. But after that, whatever comes, accept it. Not to be glued to what my expectation, but what has come, accept. So if we are free from that, has perfectly realized the Brahman consciousness reflected in the intellect. That means whose intellect? Our understanding is clouded. When the intellect is clean, you can see through the light of the Brahman, the light of the knowledge will dawn and express through that intellect. Ramakrishna said, pure intellect, pure mind, and pure Atman, they are the same. Atman means absolute, that self-consciousness, the consciousness which is bliss, which is reality of the existence, knowledge and consciousness, we talk about that. So note says that when the absolute consciousness of the self, think about that, buddhi, mind is like a water in a lake. Just imagine, at Raja Yoga, Patanjali's philosophy says, compare your mind. Your mind is like a water in the lake. And it is disturbed. When it is disturbed, you don't see the full moon night, reflection of the moon. But it is calm, tada, drashtu, sarupavasthanam. At that point when it is calm, and then you see the full reflection of the moon. When it is disturbed, moon is there, but reflection becomes split and disturbed. So when the absolute consciousness of the self is reflected in the supreme mental modification, that means the mind becomes purer and purer and purer, and it becomes totally calm and serene in that condition, meaning the extremely subtle sattvika mental modification of the nature of the undivided Brahman. At that time, the primordial ignorance is destroyed by that vritti only. It is a technical subject. When the vritti means the ripple, I am looking at you. What is happening? A ripple is created in my mind of the shape I am looking at. That's why I can recognize one person from the other person. But that when you think of your divine nature, that I am changeless, I am timeless, I am not this events what is happening, I am the witness of that events. And that way, one consciousness pervades into all our experiences. Then there is a sense of one wave, as it were. And going deep into that wave, it's called ekakara chitta vritti. The chitta vritti, the vritti, the ripple of the mind, is now split into millions and billions of waves. When mind becomes calm and serene, chitta shitala, shitala means cool. When the mind becomes cool and unruffled, your intelligence, understanding becomes clear, and you see it has only one wave. I am that absolute. I am that timeless. I am that eternal bliss. This consciousness fulfills your whole consciousness, awareness. What happens then? Then immediately after that, the knowledge of that wave will drop, and then comes our knowledge of Brahman. As my knowledge about you is happening in my leg, one wave, it drops, and that another rises. Before another rises, I get the idea that you are sitting over here. I am looking at you now. This is going, that is coming. It is in split second all these waves are happening in. Suppose I see God everywhere. I see the infinite consciousness everywhere. Here, inside, outside, everywhere. All, it is all consciousness. One wave of consciousness happened. Then it is called a one cosmic consciousness of Brahman arises in your chitta or your mind. And when that vritti, I am, observing oneness, that vritti will drop, then the knowledge of the Brahman will spontaneously come. This is the bridge between Raja Yoga and Jnana Yoga. How it happens. But anyhow, it happens. So it says that the vritti alone remains. Then instead of the experience of the vritti, now we are experiencing the vritti. I am looking at you and vritti has come. I am experiencing that vritti as Parama. That vritti as whatever, person, table, light, room, clock, whatever. That vritti is now dominating upon me. So when all these little ripples of vrittis will drop, and then one cosmic vritti will arise, cosmic ripple will arise, absorbing the whole universe like witness consciousness. That consciousness pervades everywhere. If that idea comes, then that is the point when all our expectations are merging into that one. They are not lost. All our experiences are included into that oneness. We feel this question, individuality is lost. Individuality is not lost. All individuality is gathered there because I am collecting the total. In infinite, everything is included. In individual, everything is excluded. I am this much. When I say I am this much, I am excluding from you and everyone. And when Vedanta says you are in everyone, your expansion is happening and you are including everyone as you. That is the Vedanta. I am in everything. Ashtavakra and other books will say the same. Yes?
So in the Mandukya,
Hmm.
in the seventh stanza, when this is being explicated, there are no attributes, there are no qualities. Every one of them is being expunged. So here, this is instead of the experience of the vritti, which of course is associated with the disturbance of the lake, but instead of the experience of the vritti or its awareness, the pure Brahman with attributes is revealed. Doesn't the Mandukya very clearly say none of these attributes can be pinned to Brahman? It is the absence of every one thing.
No, it is an experience. He is talking about what experience you are. You are not having the absolute experience. there is still a vritti. That's why it is previous to that ultimate experience, it is a pre-state. That's why it is not the absolute Brahman. Understand? Because I am seeing till then. I am saying I am Brahman. That consciousness is still there, but this consciousness has shifted from this petty body-mind identity to a huge identity. But still there is an identity. And that's the last trace. And that when it drops, then who will say what is what? There comes the absolute Brahman. So it is what we are talking about, that it is the Saguna Brahman, pure Brahman with attributes is revealed. Or it's awareness of the pure Brahman with attributes. Because it is not the absolute. Whenever you are thinking, I am that, even you are creating a ripple in your mind. That is a Saguna. That is not experience. At the point of experience only, it will be Nirguna, Nirakara.
So, in short, this does not reach to the level of that state that is described as Prapanchopasana.
Prapanchopasana will happen when the vritti drops. That time you will.
But this is the level of Saguna Brahma.
Saguna. And wherever your mind is functioning still, wherever your mind is thinking, you are thinking of the Brahman, no? But you have expanded to such a flight, such a level, it is much beyond the concept of little petty things. So that is also, there is a guna, there is a quality. You are thinking, sharp, cheap, ananda, witness. The language is still working there. When it will all stop, that is the almost penultimate state. You know, this starts with our practice from here to a person who has practiced and reached that last flight to jump beyond. It is that whole range is here in our spiritual life. We move on. So it is talking about the last point where you are jumping out of it.
So in terms of the spectrum of the three gunas, are we then in a very rarefied sattvic guna state?
Yeah, sattvic. Yeah. Last stage of sattvic, super sattvic state. Now 21. That the grief of death is unnecessary is expressed here. Why? Deha na hridaya kasamatrasya vinasho dehonashataha vinasho dehonashata vyartham bhutani shochanti vyartham bhutani shochanti nashta atmeti shankaya nashta atmeti shankaya. When the body is destroyed, as in our ignorant state, the space limited solely by the heart ceases to exist. When the body goes, I think I am gone. No? That means my mind is imagining about me in a little limited circle. That's why when the dead body goes, we think we are dead. No. Distressed by the notion that self is destroyed, people unnecessarily mourn. We mourn if some friend or someone whom we love is gone. What is gone? The physical body is gone. But we identify the physical body with the self, the real self. This juxtaposition, this misinterpretation of my mind that Atman is the body is the cause of all our mourning, suffering, crying, weeping. No? But on the contrary, the holy man, how he lived, he was always free. Even he was in the point of the death. It could have happened to him. If he was frightened, he is not frightened. Why? He knows this body is not me. It is an appearance. And it is changing every moment. That's why, which body I shall call my body? Really, if we every day question this thing, we are so proud of our body or our mind or our... Which body you are talking about? If you say today's body, tomorrow is not the same body. You may not see the change in one day, or one night. But this change has happened. It is happening every split second. That's why if I keep a photograph of my when I was 10 years before and what I'm 9, you can see what has happened here. So how this change has come? In one jump, or every split second it is jumping, jumping, jumping. Then what is you? Tell me. I, my body. What is your body? Which body you are talking about? So the big question, if we understand this, then we'll be released from many of the pains and sufferings of the body. Okay, that body, when I was 10 years ago, I had a serious accident and I went to hospital. I. But you don't do anything. You only observe what he's saying. I did it, I did that. But your body underwent that hospital and all the treatment, and you get cured, and you are, again now you have revived. But what is the I revived? That old body is gone, that changeful thing is gone, and you are living in another identity. So it is the person who is there, people are forgetting what is that. That is the self. So when the body is destroyed, the space limited by the heart ceases to exist. No? Here the space, what is my heart means my thinking, ceases to exist. And thinking distressed by the notion that the self, the capital self, our real self, is destroyed, people are necessarily mourn. And here is a big note. There is no destruction of the cosmic space. Yeah, simply, is there any space? Can you make a distinction between space? Which is our temple space. Is there really different, the temple space and bookshop space and next house, space of the house? Or this is you are creating a distinction in the non-divisional space by putting some wall. But space you cannot divide. So similarly, there is no destruction of the cosmic space in the same manner as the destruction of the body. The self, capital, is not destroyed. A small self which is identified, that you may think that is gone, that is going anyway, every second.
Going back to the previous verse, it sounds like when you put the wall in the non-divisional space, you're talking about aversion and attachment. Those are the walls.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever is making me separate from you, separate from the world, separate from God, divinity, that is ignorance. And that is the play of Maya. And that is the ripple. That is the cause of our miseries and suffering. Mahidhara said, by the destruction of the body, only the space limited by the heart is destroyed. Which means what? Only the limitation of the infinite space is destroyed. This destruction happens, the space is here, internal space, external space. Only the space occupied by me, that space is gone. That means limitation, the body is limiting the infinite space in such a structure. And that structure is gone. Space remains the space. We are not adding to the space. We cannot subtract anything from the space. Just as when the pot is broken, only the limitation of the pot is gone. The cosmic space is not lost. Similarly, even when the body is annihilated and the relationship between the capital self and the body is wiped out, the Atman is not obliterated. Therefore, ignorant people unreasonably mourn, saying that the self is destroyed. It is the cosmic play everywhere, every day it is happening. And in Sanskrit, they use the word Atma. But the Atma, we have to understand in which context that Atma is used. Atma can be used as a pure consciousness. Atma can be identified with your ego, Aham Atma, Ahankar, Buddhi Atma, when you identify with your intelligence, that can be Buddhi Atma. When you are identified with the emotions, Mano Atma. When it is identifying with this body, Deho Atma. The same capital Atma, added with all these adjuncts, they lose their integrity of the infinity. They become bound, limited, 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 limited.
Okay, so this is kind of a technical question, but from a Vedanta point of view, when is the body dead? Is it when the heart stops? What if somebody's brain dead but their heart is still going?
Vedanta says there is no death.
Yeah, right. But I mean, is there any like penalty or whatever for pulling the plug on somebody who's on life support, or do you not? I mean, how does that all work in Vedanta?
In Vedanta, it is said that is function of the body is a mechanical thing, is a machine. Machine stops, and this machine is illusion. We are thinking it is a body, it is a reality, but it is a changing thing, like a fan rotating with 4 blades. You say there is no blade. You see the whole as if it is one, but I am seeing that I am here a person, but I am not. It is a changing thing in high speed of our ignorance, giving me a shape like this. So in that case, where is the death? And where is the plug? Where is the unplugging? Where is the brain dead? Where is the heart? But in reality, in Vedantic perspective is that it is a machine, it functions, it is dysfunction. So it has got nothing to do with our understanding about the Atman, real self. Rather to understand this infinite consciousness is encased into this structure and in pain. Make it free from that. Rather, when one really escapes, Vedanta say, oh wow, he is freed from the imprisonment. To think it is a release. We also say sometimes, oh, you are suffering so much in so many months. It's a release. So if it is a suffering person dies, we can get this consolation. But Vedantic person will be saying, even in any condition someone dies, it's okay, release. Release from this encasement. Nowadays, out of the body experience, that says that it is good to get out of this body. Most of the people have good experience, no? They feel great joy, there is a peace, there is no suffering, no? Today one gentleman came, dead his heart. Yeah. So he was talking about his one experience of out of the body experience. And you see, you need not to be spiritual. At least this statement gives you the idea. When you are out of the body is undergoing operation and this and that, doctors are talking and all this. You are seeing what they are doing, but you are free. So it indicates that there is and they came back. They are having this experience. So actually, Vedanta will have no special opinion about when it is dead, the body.
Well, just as a comment, my dad has dementia. He's 95, and so you know how in spirit there's no time and space. So many times he is thinking he's a young man. You know, he's talking to his parents and his sister as if it's in the present moment. So that to me has shown me that there really is no time and space, because who's to say it's a delusion and who's to say it really is happening? What he's experiencing is real to him.
Yes, really, where is our mind? We see those things, no? Everyone, what is the darshan, experiences, visions? Is it not the mind? Your pure mind is showing you something, and you are, as I am seeing you now, I see this is reality. Similarly, when I go to dream, I say dream is reality. At that point, everything is real. Now I can say, oh, it was dream, because I have come down from that state of mind to another level of mind. So, which is the real? Nothing real. Wherever there is mind, so long there is mind, we live in this world or that world or that world, subtle world, causal world, gross world, with the forefathers, with my mom, dad, brother who have gone, maybe grandfather you see talking to you. This is all your mind bringing out all. That's why mind has the tremendous power of creation, destruction, nurturing. So that's why Vedanta takes so much attention to purify the mind, purify the mind. This mind is showing you this way, and when it is purified, it will show, and then mind will die. Then there is no distortion, no more scope of any distortion by the mind with you. So therefore, that is called the static state, ultimate state, changeless state. But so long I am in the range of mind, I will have something or out, good or bad, all different experiences in different flights of our mind. Okay. Atman or Brahman is indestructible. Note number 23. Atman or Brahman is indestructible. That is the pure self. No one is capable of destroying the imperishable self, that tells the Gita. Destruction occurs due to the dashing of conflicting objects. For example, when the clay pot is struck with a stick or is dropped on the ground, it is contrary to its existence. When they struck with a stick or similar object, the pot is broken and destroyed. But in the absence of contact with the conflicting forces, a pot can exist for even hundreds of years in a well-protected state. Under these circumstances, the conflicting forces exist, yet due to lack of contact with them, the pot's destruction does not occur. The clay pot, however, is not imperishable because it will shatter the very moment it comes in contact with the conflicting forces. So our body also, conflicting forces are working. That's why it is growing, that is, it is changing, that is, one day it is dying. There is no second opposing object for Brahman at all. Brahman, the absolute, Satchidananda, it is one. Yourself, what you say, Atman, that is only one. Ekam eva advitiyam. There is only one and non-dual. That means that is the only reality it is here. So when we get to that, that is called Brahman. So there is no competition. There is nothing to conflict with him. This cup is here, it is here. When conflicting thing comes, it falls or it is hit by something, it will break. The space will merge into the cosmic space. So this body, so long it is there, no conflicting thing. But we are conflicted everything with bacteria, with this and that. That's why this body destroyed, body grows, body is sick. This is happening of that. But Atman, there is no bacteria for Atman. Bacteria for Atman is our misunderstanding. High cholesterol, low cholesterol, LDL, HDL, they are all our in the mind. Conflicting forces. And that makes us strong sometimes, that makes us weak sometimes, that makes us cry sometimes, that makes us happy sometimes. No? It's according to that. But the Atman, pure self, has nothing to do with it. Because Brahman is unknown. Atman is the absolute truth. There is no conflicting force to cause any change there. Here it is there. It can be changed. Therefore, Brahman is beyond destruction, is imperishable. It is not like that there are opposing forces, but because of lack of contact with them, Brahman has no destruction. Actually, Brahman is without a second. There is no second object at all, which can be its rival. Brahman has no opposing force that was ever born. And it is not because Brahman is beginningless that it is eternal and imperishable. It is because Brahman has no adversary. That is why it is eternal and imperishable. The beginninglessness is not the cause of imperishability, although the unmanifest nature of an unmade pot has no beginning. They are going to technical thing. It is called pragabhava in Vedantic terminology, pragabhava. And I need not have to go to that type of, it will take time to understand what is praga bhava, and it does not exist. Anyhow, 22nd verse. Previous statement is further elaborated with an example. What is that? Ghatadishu pranasteshu, Ghatadishu pranasteshu, Yathakasham akhanditam, Yathakasham akhanditam, Tatha deheshu nasteshu, Tatha Dehi nityam alepakaha. Dehi nityam alepakaha. Ghatadishu pranasteshu. Suppose with the destruction of the objects, such as clay pots, given an example. Ramakrishna also gave the example. Suppose there are 10 clay pots and there are water in different clay pots. And you can see the 10 sun reflected. We are so many people. Imagine there is a pot and there is a mind is the water. In that mind, the sun of consciousness is reflected. And that gives the awareness of my body, my mind, my emotions, my ego. Now, if someone brings a stick and breaks one of the pot, what will happen? There will be 9 reflected sun and 1 real sun. Now you break one by one by one. Then what will happen? All the pots are broken, but the sun remains the same. So this is a reflected eye. This reflected eye is here. Reflected eye may not be here. But that real eye, real sun, is always in its own glory. Day and night. There is no, we say night because our eyes are obstructed. That's why we don't see the sun. That's why we say night. There is no night. It's all the time. The sun is in the sky. So similarly, the sun of knowledge is here all the time. Sun of bliss, absolute bliss. It's all the time. But our vision is obstructed. We say, oh, today the sun has not come up. Sun has come up in its own time. Only cloud is covering. And you say, oh, today we don't see the sun. So in our life, we don't see the sun. How many years have passed in our life? Where is God? God is dead now. God is gone to rest home, just at their home. No? But it is all the time here. Only my vision is clouded.
Swami, therefore, when we say, when the body falls and we say, oh, he has been released, there is no release.
There is a release for the individual soul till he has realized God. Until we are talking about the relative person who has 3 identities. One is the physical identity, one is in the level of subtle identity, another in the level of the causal identity. So if we miss this gross identity, but we live in our subtle body, like a dream body. And then when dream body also goes, then we don't die. We live in the causal body, the ego body, Ananda Kosh, Anandamaya Kosha. Huh? When you can get out of that, then there is no birth and death. But for us, yes, that man is dead. Oh, he was good guy. Oh, he was such bad person. But he is dead physically, but he is not dead because his subtle body still exists. That identity with the mind, emotions, ego, all these 17 factors are still there. So that's why it is said, it transmigrates, it comes again. But in ultimate sense, this going and coming is all illusion.
So release is also illusion because the mind is going to go on its chakra.
Right. Illusion, that's also illusion. Because you are talking through the mind only. You are using the mind tool. What can you do? If you get out of the tool, then you can say something. But all our actions, understanding, movement, action, thinking is going on through the level of the mind. If there is no mind, there is no problem. A person who is undergoing tremendous suffering and the doctors give them some pill, strong pain medication they call. That means to disconnect the pain, but pain is going on in the body. The mind is absent from that point. So how you can withdraw the mind from the body? That is the secret. Medical professional, they are doing it by applying some medicine, disconnecting our mind from the aches and pains of the body. And spiritual people will do by lifting their consciousness into some other plane. Body will go on. Hari Maharaj, Swami Turiyananda, doing like that. He does not care for what is happening in the body. Body is not there. Body is there from our view. For his view, there is no body. Okay, let us complete this. In the same manner, the eternal and unattached self remains, though bodies and such objects are destroyed. So the body may be destroyed, your mind may be destroyed. As I said, the body is the, say, example of the pot. Mind is the example of the water in the pot. And the reflection is the I. No. So these three mixed together is the one pot. But when the pot is broken, what happens? The water remains. Water gets spilled all around. So, but if the all through water goes away, mind dissolves, body dissolves, your ego dissolves, then what will remain? Only the sun will remain. न जायते म्रियते वा कचित् न जायते म्रियते वा कचित् किंचित् कदाचन जगद्विवर्तरूपेण केवलं ब्रह्म जिम्मते. This is a beautiful verse. न जायते. In reality, nothing ever originates. It's born. Anywhere, nor is it destroyed. No mriyate va kachit, kinchit, kadachana. Kadachana means never in time in the period of time, it is originates, neither it is destroyed. So then what is there? Brahman alone is the eternal. Kevalang Brahma jimbhate. Only Brahman alone exists. But what is this world then? In the form of the world illusion. Jagat Vivarta. This Jagat is a Vivarta. This is the highest philosophy of Shankara. Vivarta Vada. The theory of not transformation, but appearance. Like the snake, you are mistaking the snake for a rope for a snake. When you are mistaken, when you are crying out, when you are jumping, the snake has bitten me. There is no snake. It is the rope. Rope strangled around your feet. And you thought that the snake has strangled you. And the hitting of the rope appears to you as the snake bite. But there is no snake. This is called the vivarta. Without changing the material, you feel it is something different. So this is the Sarpa Rajju. The snake and the rope example gives the example of Vivartavada, transformation. So it says, in reality, nothing ever original. So Mahidhas says, no material object is ever created, nor can it be ever destroyed anywhere by any means. What then is it, this material world we see? It is Brahman alone revealed in the form of this illusory world. You are seeing Brahman, you are seeing that same consciousness, but only you are seeing as a rope, not as a rope, but you are seeing as a snake. The snake idea is in your idea. You are imposing that idea on that thing which is not snake. This is all Brahman. I am seeing it as world. Why? Not that it has become world, but it is a mental hallucination, mental juxtaposition. Mentally I have created this concept. What is then is it? It is Brahman alone revealed in the form of this illusory world. There is not, there never was, nor there will be ever be a snake, etc. Like the rope. Yet through a mistaken belief, it seemed that the snake had appeared in the rope and later it had been destroyed. Snake was not there. But when someone brings a flashlight and you examine, then you say, oh, it is the rope. Not that the snake has run away that moment when you brought the flashlight. Not it was that when you didn't have the flashlight and you thought that snake is biting you. Snake was never there. So your mind created the snake. So similarly, my mind is creating this delusion.
I have a question. We have all these horrible fires that we see as real. Is that a form of illusion of ours?
What is that?
The fires, the horrible fires
Huh.
that have been going
In
on.
this perspective, if you say the beautiful house, building, and singing and dancing is also real, then fire is real. But if you say that also an illusion of your mind, you are projecting their joy and fun and this, the fire is also really so. And from the view of the Vedantic, ultimate Vedanta, yes, it is also your mental creation, not your mental creation.
People are dying, people are suffering.
No, yeah, that's also creation. Say whose creation, not your creation. It is called the cosmic mind creates. We all see the sun. It is not you have not created, but you create your sun in the night, sunlight day, and there are so many friends have come. You have a tea party going on. See, you see all these things. Who creates the sun there in your dream? Who creates the tea party? Who creates the people there? Who creates the table there? It is your mind is creating everything. So as we create this way, so the cosmic mind has created the sun, moon, trees, plants, its joys, its fun, and we have added with it. If my house was burnt, I would have cried. But someone's house is burnt, I say, oh, really, it is bad. It is a superficial sympathy. But if it happened to me, I will be involved because it is me, it is mine. If it is happening to them, I have little sympathy, I am a good guy. I say, okay, they have suffered. But I could not say the same way had it been, I have been involved into it. So it is our attachment because my preference is coming into picture. In the cosmic play, it is happening. No?
That's not an illusion. The cosmic play is not an illusion.
Yes, illusion in the ultimate sense, because God has imagined. God has imagined it is a snake. God has imagined it is called sun. So you, all of us see the sun. Today is the moon. We all say this is the moon. We don't say, oh, it is the sun. So we are a part of the cosmic mind. So whatever cosmic mind plans, we see the same way. But we add our ignorance also. I like it, I dislike it. That is mine. My ignorance.
And that's why we suffer.
Yeah, that's why we suffer. So let me finish it and end. Yet through a mistaken belief, it seemed that the snake had appeared in the rope and later it had been destroyed. The world is like this as well. The concept of phenomenalism, Vivartabhada, in Advaita Vedanta is quite fundamental. This is the implication conveyed here. So you understand, read the note for yourself. There is a 2-3 theories have been given for this creation, looking at the creation, how to understand it. Parinamavad, then Vivartavad, like that several philosophies have been discussed here. And the explanation goes on for 2-3 pages.
So even like our minds are part of the, because our minds, there wouldn't be an experience of this world if our minds were not created like they're created. There wouldn't be any.
No.
So it's all one experience machine type thing. This is an experience machine, really, that needs to be there for the world to be experienced.
Exactly.
It's just one thing.
That's why we. That's why when you go to deep sleep, you have no experience of this world. A person is in deep sleep. For him, there is no fire, There is no joy, there is no fun, there is no light, there is no darkness. It's deep sleep. No? So when the mind is in that condition, then your perception of the world vanishes.
So there's no
When,
world.
when the mind goes into samadhi in the same way, this world will be totally non-existent to that mind. But they will exist in their real self, the absolute joy.
I love it or I hate it. It's duality.
It's mind.
It's the mind that's holding us here.
Mind.
Reality is simply drop the mind.
Yeah,
Looking at
yeah.
reality.
And that's the only simple thing. Whole life we are struggling how to drop the mind. Eh? The drop box. Oh, eh? Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanam Astu. You are asking something?
Yeah, even to say like that's a witness is like that's not complete.
Yeah.
That's not complete.
That is one step.
That's one step
One
because
And then who is witnessing?
yeah, there's no.
Who is witnessing? What is being witnessed? So there is nothing as subject, nothing as object, nothing as the instrument to experience this, nothing. So it is not nothing,
But
no
no,
thing,
no thing. It's no thing.
no thing, and it is that, that is that. So it is very difficult to express, but we get a glimpse of that in our daily life sometimes. Not this word is everything. Even without being in touch with that, we can be in great joy.